Oh, you're very crooked. Well, I'm not straight either, so it's okay. Oh, bless you. Let's get comfortable. Hi everyone, my name is Tia and I have been accumulating, oh god, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've accumulated 15 used books in the last couple months from little free libraries, used bookstores, book sales, so I just thought I would sit down and share them with you all. The first one is Little Gods by Meng Jing. I think I am the target audience for this novel. I think this book was made for me specifically. Truth be told, I don't know too much about it, but first of all, is this not the most stunning cover? I found it in a Goodwill. I just immediately had to have it. They have simplified Chinese in the description, and I am Chinese American, so I just loved that. How to remember the future and forget the past. A lyrical and thought-provoking debut novel, Little Gods grapples with the complex web of grief, memory, time, history, and the aftermath of unfulfilled dreams. An immigrant narrative told in negative, it explores the complicated bond between daughters and mothers in a story of migrations, literal and emotional. Oh my gosh, I can already tell I'm going to love it. The writing so far is beautiful. I read a little bit of it a couple weeks ago, but I haven't had a chance to pick it up. Also, isn't this bookmark so cute? My girlfriend's mom gave me this gift card, so I use it as a bookmark. Oh, bless you. She's talking about warping time, how time not only goes forward, but it also goes backwards. So if you figure out a way to rewire your brain to not remember the past, but to remember the future, then essentially you can forget the past and know what's going to happen in the future. Doesn't that just sound so interesting? So this is definitely something that I'm very excited to dig my teeth into. At a different Goodwill, I picked up On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. He is a Vietnamese American poet, I believe. Everyone and their mother has already read this. Everyone and their time mother has already read this. I have not yet. The Kindness of Strangers, How a Selfish Ape Invented a New Moral Code. Please stop licking my books. By sink my teeth into the book, I did not mean your teeth, literally. Upending decades of fruitless debate in the evolutionary sciences, The Kindness of Strangers offers a new paradigm for understanding morality. I was a STEM major, girl bosses in STEM, and I just am interested to hear what the theory is. All the Bright Places, also at Goodwill by Jennifer Neven. It gives me very John Green vibes. I'm not 100% sure if this book was popular back then, or if for some reason my brain just categorizes YA sad with John Green. All I know is that people cry when they read this. The story of a boy called Finch and a girl named Violet. That's just very John Green coded. And the two most exciting books that I found at Goodwill that day was these two babies. So first of all, Fatties. The Great Believers by Rebecca Makkai. I showed this in my bookstore vlog. I said in that video that I have been looking for this book since December of 2022, or whenever UnCarly published her best books of 2022. She said that this is one of the saddest books she has ever read, and it is the most phenomenal book she's ever read, and it's about the AIDS pandemic in the 1980s. Intertwining stories take us through the heartbreak of the 80s and the chaos of the modern world as both Yale and Fiona struggle to find goodness in the midst of disaster. So I literally know nothing about this book besides I've heard phenomenal things about Rebecca Makkai. People in the comments of that video said that this book is really good. UnCarly, one of her favorite books is Memorial by Brian Washington, and that is one of my all-time favorite books ever. So I will usually give Carly's recommendations high praise, my mental TBR priority. I'm just so happy to have this in my hands because I didn't want to buy it new since it came out a while ago. I knew I could find it at a Goodwill. It just took patience, and I found it, and it's a hardcover. I could not have asked for a better experience. So I don't think, even if I don't like this book, which I highly doubt, I will probably keep it just because of how proud I am that I have it and that I found it. One of my favorite things about having used books or even finding used books is the story behind not only the book itself and what maybe a past owner has annotated in it, but your own personal journey getting the book. I just think that's a huge part of your reading experience and your enjoyment of whatever you're reading. So this will always have a special place in my heart, and I haven't even read it yet, which is very funny. you know what they say, buying books and reading books are a very different hobby. And then, oh gosh, I highly doubt I will be getting to it anytime soon. It's so big. The Love Songs of W.E.B. Du Bois. I saw it on Bookstagram last year when I was active. That's it. That's all I know about it. To come to terms with her own identity, Ailey embarks on a journey through her family's past, uncovering the shocking tales of generations of ancestors, Indigenous, Black, and white in the Deep South. Along the way, Ailey must learn to embrace her full heritage, a legacy of oppression and resistance, bondage and independence, cruelty and resilience. That is the story and the song of America itself. Sounds phenomenal. Please let me know if you have taken a crack at this and if you enjoyed it. I am very excited. And then I went to my local library sale twice a year. They have these big sales where you can like shove as many books as possible into a little tote bag and you get the full tote bag for $10. Unfortunately, I was out of town when the bag day was happening, but I did end up checking out the half price books during the sale. So this is what I got. This one I am really excited for, 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami. I listened to the audiobook of his memoir, What I Talk About When I Talk About Running, which was a recommendation by one of my favorite booktubers, Anna Wallace Johnson. That one was an okay book for me, but I've heard a lot of good things. I own Kafka on the Shore as well that I think I want to get to before I start this one. Also a big chunky boy. What was really cute when I was checking out at the library, he was a volunteer. When he retired, the first book he read when he retired was this one, and he literally like did not put it down. He said it took him like 2 days and that's all he did, which I thought was such a cute story. So he said he really liked it, one of the best books he's ever read, and that made me excited to read it. So definitely glad that I have this in my hands, and it was only $3, which makes me so happy, and I supported my local library. What more can you ask for? A good book deal and, you know, a good cause. I also picked up The Glass Hotel by Emily St. Johnson Mandel. It's signed, so I thought that that was super cool. It was $5 or $6, so I decided to pick it up. I have her Sea of Tranquility. I also own that one, and I believe you're supposed to read The Glass Hotel before you read Sea of Tranquility, just because I think you see some of the characters in that from this, I think. But I haven't gotten around to reading that one because I wanted to pick this one up first. So when I saw it and it's signed, I also own Station 11, so I'm just letting you know how long my physical TBR is. And I picked up And the Mountain Echoed by Khalid Hosseini. The Kite Runner is one of the most beautifully heartbreaking books I've ever read in my life. I remember it made me cry when I read it in high school, and I own 1,000 Splendid Suns, and because I know how good his writing is and how sad The Kite Runner made me, I have not been mentally well enough to pick up 1,000 Splendid Suns, but I thought it would be worth it to pick up this book for a few dollars. So now I could put all of them on my bookshelf together, and they can all break my heart probably. And then I think the rest of these are from when I went home to California. Tiny little trip over the weekend. I went to a used bookstore. My mom and I went Little Free Library hunting together, which was really fun. So let's see. This one is so cute. The Finer Points of Sausage Dogs. Didn't even read the back, the inside. Who's the author? Alexander McCall Smith. All I saw was length and proximity, and I picked up this book. I think it's such a cute little find that will always make me smile. I found Ghosts by Dolly Alderton in a Little Free Library. The cute book cover is gone. So whoever donated it must have liked the book cover, or I don't know what happened to it, but isn't that funny? I just found a naked ghost in the Little Free Library. Thanks for doing that. You too. Cool. My cat and my dog just knocked over my filming setup. You guys are being propped up by the Beartown trilogy. Oh, you're very crooked. Well, I'm not straight either, so it's okay. Why are you licking my kneecap? There's no need for that, bub. Where was I? Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. I don't even have the summary. I don't know what this book is about, but that's okay. Now I have it, and I'll find out. My last little free library find is Fates and Furies by Lauren Groff. This one is also a really cute story because as I was kind of searching through the free little library in front of their house, the owner, she came out and she was like, oh, like please come back in a couple days. I'm like doing a refresh of my selections in my free little library. My author friend has her debut novel coming out and she's giving me copies to put in my library, so please come back. And I regret so badly not asking her who the author was or what book it was. I wasn't gonna be in town. That was one of my last days there, so I couldn't go back and I was so sad. That was just such a heartwarming thing. She literally ran out of her house to tell me that. An exhilarating portrait of one extraordinary couple over the course of 24 years. It is with an electric thrill then that the reader realizes things are even more remarkable than they have seemed. In an emotionally complicated twist, the perspective shifts, and what began as a story about one extraordinary union becomes so much more. Fates and Furies is a profoundly moving, surprising, and provocative novel about the yoke joining love, art, and power, and about the influence of perception. So many adjectives, so many alluring, captivating adjectives. My last few finds are from the same used bookstore that I went to. I guess I haven't learned that yet. Discovering New Ways of Living When the Old Ways Stop Working by Shauna Nyquist. And first of all, this is giving very much Jojo Mayers, the After You've Gone, or After I Met You, or Before We Met, or Before You and Me. I very much believe in right book, right time. You're gonna enjoy your reading experience much more if you relate to the contents of the book, obviously. Happy Place by Emily Henry was very much something that I needed to read in this point of my life, and I feel like this book resonated with me very much, which is why I felt very compelled to pick it up. After trying and failing to move forward using the same old tools, she realized she required new ones: courage, curiosity, and self-compassion. We release our expectations for how we thought life would look like and open up ourselves to the freedom and peace that come along with choosing to be a beginner again. And I just thought that that's really sweet. What an important sentiment. The next book I picked up was My Year Abroad by Chang Rae Lee. Darkly comedic, suspenseful, and crackling with satirical commentary, My Year Abroad is a deeply layered examination of the effects of cultural immersion and moving accounts of how a life-changing friendship takes root. I'm trying to be more intentional with buying books and reading books from Asian American authors. I think that's something that's important to me that I haven't really been intentional about enough for my comfort. I am very excited, and I think the cover is very cute. And then the last book I have in this haul is Minor Feelings, An Asian American Reckoning by Kathy Park Hong. I just know that it will be interesting for me as an Asian American who's always kind of struggled with my own self-identity. Kathy Park Hong fearlessly and provocatively blends memoir, cultural criticism, and history to expose fresh truths about racialized consciousness in America. And its relentless and riveting pursuit of vital questions around family and friendship, art and politics, identity and individuality will change the way you think about our world. High expectations. It'll change my worldview. I have heard good things about this, and I will let you know. Please let me know if you have read any of these. I would love to know what you think. I'm actually going to be moving apartments soon, so I think I'm gonna do like unhaul, decluttering, reorganization of my bookshelves because there's literally no organization anywhere. But I'm very excited for things to come. Excited for future me to read these books. I hope you found something that you will also add to your TBR, or you will keep a lookout the next time you're at a used bookstore. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.